Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to record a series of videos showing what we plan to use in our 2015-2016 school year for our 9th grader. And I'm going to break these video ups based on subject, because if I did it in all, if I did all of it in one video, it would just be crazy long. You guys would have to go make yourself some popcorn and grab drinks, and you would be bored to tears. So I'm just going to break it up to make it a little bit easier to get through. So the first subject we're going to tackle is English or language arts. So for writing, and I apologize, I don't have it in front of me. For writing, we're going to use IEW, the Institute for Excellence in Writing's Student Writing Intensive Level B. We used this 2 years ago, not this past school year, the school year before last, with our son, and he just didn't enjoy it. It was his first year out of public school, and I don't know if it was just too different than what he was used to, or if it was too much, or if he just, I don't know, but we were not successful with it. Our daughter loves it. I love it, but anyway, he just didn't, he didn't care for it. So we did something else last year, and talking to him and telling him, we need to figure out what we're going to do about your writing, and he felt like this was the year to try the student writing intensive again, and so that's what we're going to do. If you go onto IEW.com, they have a ton of writing programs. They also have spelling. They have literature analysis. They have all kinds of stuff on there. But anyway, we're going to use the Student Writing Intensive and Level B, which is what I bought for him a couple years ago. But I called the IEW people, and they said that it would be fine to just do that level again for him. It's not going to be too... It won't be boring, or I don't know how to say it. It'll be fine for his level. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. For grammar, we are going to be using Analytical Grammar, a Systematic Approach to Language Mastery. And this is a really big, thick workbook, and it goes in 3 different levels. They're called seasons. And let's see, so here's the table of contents. And for some reason I can't get this to focus. Okay, well, I'll just read it. So they're broken into different units, nouns, articles, adjectives, pronouns, prepositional phrases, and it goes all the way through. And it's meant to be, it can be done all in 1 year, or you can split it up. So we're going to do the first 2 parts of it this year, and then we'll do the 3rd part next year for his 10th grade year. And after that, he will have a very, very solid grammar foundation, which he currently doesn't have. So there's a lot of sentence structure and parts of speech, and lots of diagramming, skill support. There are tests in it as well. Little exercises to do, and then the cool thing is at the beginning of each little section, each unit, there is a note section that they can pull out and 3-hole punch, and they can create their own grammar notebook of all the notes that they can use as reference for the rest of their school years. So I used this with my daughter last year, and she really liked it. I like it. I think it'll be really good for him. And it's not, it won't be overwhelming, because like I said, we're not doing the entire book in a year. We're going to kind of just pace ourselves through it. So for literature, we are going to be using a couple different things here. A lot of his literature is going to be wrapped up in what he's learning in history. So the first book we're going to be using, and I'm not showing these to you in any particular order, but one of the books we're going to be using is called In Their Words, The Original Documents, Poetry, Stories, and Hymns from World History, and this is put out by the Knotgrass people. And so it's just, like it says, it's just a selection of different things that will tie in with what he's learning this year in history, which what he's learning is we are doing a 2-year world history course, starting from the beginning. This year will be from the beginning through the year 1500, and then next year we'll do the year 1500 and on to current. So yeah, I got this online used, and it warned me that there was going to be some highlighting. There's that, and that page I just passed. Anyway, there's like 2 pages with a tiny bit of highlighting. So I don't know how much this book is full price, but I bought it off Amazon, but I bought it used from a seller. This book is a similar kind of a book called Sources of World History, Readings for World Civilization, and it's by Mark A. Kishlansky. This is volume 1, and again, it's just different selections of readings. So there's all kinds of stuff. It's broken up by the like stories of creation, the cradle of civilization, archaic and classical Greece, the religions of the East. So you're going to be there's going to be the Epic of Gilgamesh, the Code of Hammurabi, the Book of the Dead, the Book of Exodus is in there. Classical Greece, there are selections from Homer, Plato, Aristotle. There's going to be sermons and teachings of the Buddha. And then it goes to China, war and politics, ancient Rome, traditional societies, Africa and the Muslim world, Asian cultures, and it goes on and on and on through European politics and war. So a couple of these will fall into next year. So we'll read through the 1500 ones this year, and he, I'm not going to have him read all of these. I've gone through and kind of chosen which ones I feel that he should really know. And then the other book that we'll be looking at is Words Aptly Spoken, Short Stories, an Introduction to Short Story Classics. And this is a classical conversations book. And I think these retail for around $20. Again, as with a lot of the books I'm going to show you today, I bought them either off eBay. This one I bought off Amazon from a seller. I paid like $4 for it. So it has just a whole selection of different short stories. And what's neat about this book is it's broken up into different categories such as plot twists and surprise endings, story focus, settings, development, plot, again, theme, mood, point of view, and moral application. So there are stories from O. Henry, Leo Tolstoy, Charles Dickens, Hans Christian Andersen, all kinds of stuff. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Edgar Allan Poe, St. Augustine. So again, just a selection of short stories. And then at the end of each, there are review questions and thought questions. And again, this is not focusing at all. I don't know if I've just got it on the wrong setting. Oh, good grief, I'm going to give you all a headache. All right, let me just stop trying to do that. So anyway, we're going to use that. And then spelling, we're still working through the Spelling Power. This is a book you buy once and you use it for the entire time you are using spelling. His spelling is really, really good. So after this year, I don't think we're going to be doing spelling anymore. I think he'll be pretty good. We'll focus more heavily on the vocab. And speaking of vocab, this is what we'll be using this year. The SAT vocabulary flashcards. I have a lot. He likes the flashcard kind of thing, so I've got this. I have some other flashcards. If he makes it through the 500 cards in this box, there are other sets you can get. So this is what we're going to start out with. For his required reading, we're basically following Sunlight Core G's reading list. We're not doing all of the books on that list, but if you go on to, if you just do a Google search for Sunlight book list for Core G, it'll pull up a list of all the books. So he's going to be reading the second Mrs. Gioconda. It's kind of the life of Leonardo, good grief. Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci. Archimedes and the Door of Science, A Single Shard, Greek Myths by Olivia Coolidge, The Hittite Warrior, The Hidden Treasure of Glaston, The Trojan War, also by Olivia Coolidge, The Son of Charlemagne, The Bronze Bow, The Ides of April, The Golden Goblet, Tharas and His Town. So basically a lot of historical fiction that will go along with the history he's learning. And then also I'm adding in Homer's Odyssey and various little biographies of the people he's reading about. So that is the plan for English for the year. And oh, the other thing is he starts out the day, I put some copy work up on the whiteboard for him to practice his cursive. And so that's what he starts each day out with. And this year we are going to be using Aesop's Fables as his, kind of as my resource for that. So each day I'll put a new fable, and if they're long, I can break it up into separate chunks. He just puts them in a, what are those called? Those little composition notebooks is what he uses. So anyway, if you have any questions, as always, put them in the comments below, and I will get to them. And if you want the links to anything, I can look those up and provide them for you. And I hope you have a good day, and I will tape the rest of those videos for the other subjects. Thanks for watching. Bye.